Hey everyone, welcome so much to this video. Okay, this week, what is on my table? A little bit of a hot mess, right? Because you see here, one of the many storyline teller books. It's, remember that 5.5 by 7? I've started another project in it. I need to get back to that, huh? Yeah. Story of my life. And then you also see here, I have a little bit of the Heidi Swapp Halloween papers, and I've got a whole package of stuff here that's from that kit as well. And you remember a couple of weeks ago, I shared this project with you, which was very much in the Halloween vibe. Not being a Halloween-y girl, I'm not into a lot of the vibe that is part of that festive day. But, you know, I'm also a mom who's got a kid who loves to do the Halloween-y things. So, and I just wanted to document his last year in this book. So I will link this video below in case you missed it. I wanted to take some of this kit and I wanted to make what I'm going to call a fall book. Scrap Gals had me on their podcast in the middle of September. They asked me if I'd heard of October Daily, and naively I said, no, never heard of it. And then come to find out, and like, there's a lot of people out there who have actually done some sort of October Daily and called it that for years now. I don't know. I'm under a bush somewhere. I don't know what else to tell you. So I kind of thought about that. I mean, because we all get this great fallish stuff this time of year, right? Beautiful papers, things that grab our attention that if we don't use it, then we're just right into Christmas and we really don't use it. So I completely understand this whole motivation behind an October Daily. And so I wanted to do a very photograph centric book. So I'm going to call my book my fall book. And so this is just me starting out and making a decision on the cover. And so I went back and forth like we all do on a mini album, right? Should I make it? Should I bind it? How do I bind it? How big is it going to be? And we kind of can sometimes get stuck on the whole analysis paralysis of how we're going to make a mini album. So that's how this is going to start out. I'm going to cover this with the polka dot and maybe add some embellishments. I already have my day one photo. Yep, I'm going to talk about coffee. Okay, so hang on because there's more to come. Okay, I decided to go ahead and share this process with it. Very often, I think, you know, people know how to cover an album, but I should stop assuming, you know, because so often I just jump into a thing and I assume people know how to do it. And forgive me, if you don't, please don't be afraid to ask me a question, because I might just think that everyone knows how to do all the things and I'm just moving on. And very often I find when I ask a question, someone else has the same question. What I'm doing right now, I'm putting, this is the 1/2 inch scrapbook.com adhesive, and it's one of my favorites. It's wide, so just by virtue of how wide it is, it's going to have this amazing stick factor. I have these old We Are Memory Keeper scissors. They're supposed to be Teflon. I only use them on adhesive. Clean these scissors up every once in a while so that they're not so sticky, because I don't want to ruin all my really good scissors because I get adhesive all over them. I think what I'm going to do is explain to you my process here, and if I need to, I'll speed it up, but this isn't going to take very long. And the reason I thought, well, maybe I should, is because this paper is shorter than the entire cover. So here's my front cover, and I know that because the brand emblem is on the back. I am going to come up here with the adhesive sticky part going down onto my paper as close as I can. If I need to trim it, I will. I just don't want this to get out of whack here. I didn't really want to make a score. I wasn't really sure how that would work, because there's a little bit of width going on here with wrapping around the mini album. So what I think we're gonna do now is, I'm not even gonna trim that yet. I want to grab this again. I'm gonna put it this time on the paper since my paper knows exactly where this is going to meet the book, instead of me trying to figure out where on the book I need to place this. So adhesive stickers, going in and cutting this. And I highly recommend these heavier duty double-sided adhesives for this kind of heavy duty book covering here, if you will. Just hate when I go back. Hate's such a strong word, and I really don't mean hate, but it does bother me when I go back to a mini album that I haven't taken the time to make sure I used the proper adhesive and it starts to come apart. It bugs me. Can I say bugs? It bugs me. That looks great on the front, and all I need to do now is just cover this little piece with another piece of paper. All right, let's go on. Okay, so I have my cover on now, and I covered the back with an extra little strip. I don't have anything on the front of my mini yet, and here's why. Inside, I knew I wanted this pretty large butterfly to be popped up on my opening page. And this is from the pattern paper that's all butterflies, which is just screaming, in my opinion, to be fussy cut. And I really like this large one. So I thought, okay, well then I'm going to cut a circle out here so the butterfly can kind of pop up. Great fall colors. I love butterflies, just all the things, right? But because this is so big, it was going to be like a whole light. And I just didn't want my whole cover to be a hole. So I had to let that go. And sometimes we just got to let things go, right? When I covered this with some of the pattern paper from the Halloween kit, you can see that great distress stamp there. It's almost like a concrete. I only put my adhesive right here. I create a little pocket up here for this distress tag. These are distress tags from Ranger. I love these great heavy duty tags. And so this is going to kind of hold my Y. And then these stamps are they're exclusive from scrapbook.com. It's this vintage type in lowercase. Love these stamps a lot. Super cute little 3x4 stamp set. Okay, I went ahead and input my first page. This is a photo, obviously, kind of like, I wanted to show this too because this is really setting the vibe for what this book is going to be for me. Somebody asked me recently, do you take pictures every day? And like, I kind of almost do take pictures every day. And this, I just happened to be at this beautiful garden and I grabbed this shot. I just added a strip of pattern paper from the Heidi Swapp Halloween kit. I went ahead and as my scraps of paper get kind of smallish, I like to go ahead and die cut pieces and just kind of make my own little sort of kind of embellishment kit. But here's a new to me die set here in the studio. It's called Polaroid Frame. And then I use the October Heidi Swapp stamp here to add a little bit of distress. I just punched a circle from pattern paper, and then I used 49 & Market Hike More washi tape. You can see I used some of the map here on the edge, and I happen to have this little space here, and so I tucked in. This is one of the ephemera pieces from the Heidi Swapp kit, and yes, it's upside down because I wanted this border here to show, and I didn't want to put it in this way. I could have, but I didn't want to. So, you know, page is pretty much done. And yeah.